The metro. The use of metro is an essential innovation that helps our daily lives. Its existence has decreased significantly the amount of transportation problems in our lives. The first metro was built in London, in the Metropolitan Railway, which is now part of London Underground. It opened in January 1863. The city had a big population, so the transportation systems were highly impacted because they were extremely crowded, which also made it very hard for people to travel from one place to another. This made traveling very slow and the cities dangerous. The city was polluted due to the immense amount of vehicles in the city. Urban sprawl was starting to increase because there was no space for further building in the center of the city. So people had to build more to the countryside, which massively expanded the city. The group who played a significant role in the implementation of the metro was the London city leaders. Because there wasn't enough space on the ground up for city dwellers to create a new transportation system, this group came up with the idea to build a new transportation system underground. The problem was that when there were high buildings or archaeological zones, they had to be cautious to not destroy them. City dwellers who began constructing metros and incorporating them into modern cities had to fulfill a fundamental need in order to adopt this innovation: the need of decreasing pollution, making a healthier environment, decreasing traffic, and having an access to many places. This need led to the adoption of the metro because all of these needs were asking for a solution, which was the metro. According to Ramiro Rios, a transport analyst from Mexico, many people who live in big cities with numerous vehicles died due to respiratory diseases caused by pollution, which the amount of vehicles in the city created. People needed to decrease the amount of pollution in order to improve their life quality, and one of their solutions for that was the metro. The metro was the perfect solution for all these problems because it decreased pollution and made a healthier environment with less diseases since less people would drive cars. By decreasing the number of people driving cars, it also decreased the traffic in the city. Also, Ramiro Rios said, people needed access to many places to go to jobs, shops, etc. And it had to be an easy access because there was people that couldn't afford a car because of not having enough money. The metro is a cheap and high capacity vehicle that helped solve these needs. These needs were critical for the adoption of the subway because the subway was a vehicle designed and created to make the changes that people needed to increase their quality of life. The city dwellers of the modern world could not have adopted metros if certain key resources had not been available. One of the most important resources that led to the adoption of the metro in modern cities was the electricity. Other resources that were very important for the adoption are technology and space. The main reason why electricity is so important is because metro requires electricity in order to power the rail lines. Electricity is what lights up the tunnels and makes the metros move. According to the video The History of the London Underground, electricity was a very important requirement in order to create the metro. At the beginning, because there was low electricity, the metro would have trouble going from one station to another, and the lights would go off. It was until another new electricity company opened and helped solve the problem. Also, according to How Subways Work by Tracy V. Wilson, this influx of city dwellers started during the Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries. During this period, numerous technological advances completely changed the way many people lived. Technological advances helped the metro to get better and grow. to be able to satisfy what people wanted. Technology helped to satisfy people because the subway is a fast transportation and a comfortable one in which people are able to go from one place to another in a faster way. This would help people by getting on time to their jobs, homes, etc., which means they would have less stress. In the video The History of London Underground, in order for people to be able to construct the metro tracks underground, they need to have space underground. For example, in New York, it is harder for humans to build metro stations because they have huge buildings. The taller the buildings are, the taller the construction of the building will be underground, so that it can sustain the whole building. Because there can be so many tall buildings in a city, constructors have to be very careful building on where to build the metro station. Subways don't require a lot of space, but there has to be specific place in which the zone is safe for the rail lines. Saved for the rail lines. Finally, these modern city dwellers believe in a set of values that has allowed them to continue to enjoy their urban lifestyle. These values were efficiency, organization, and health. Stated by Ramiro Rios, transport analyst, metros and mass transport have helped guide the growth of cities, including the economy of the country. In more recent years, they have been implemented to deal with traffic congestion problems and solve uncontrolled growth in cities. With the metro, people can decrease the number of cars in the cities and control the traffic. By decreasing the number of cars, it decreases the pollution as well, making the city safer and cleaner. Also, the metro is a transportation that is environmentally friendly to the environment because it doesn't pollute that much. The metro is an efficient transportation because it has a lower energy consumption and it can transport more people than other vehicles that work on the ground. Also, because the metro is an efficient transport because it travels in a fast speed, people can get to their jobs earlier, which would reduce people's stress. The metro is a perfect transportation that helped accomplish what people wanted and helped increase their quality of life. Thank you for watching.